Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hang on, I need to turn on my rainbow. I have a really sensitive plug over here and as you can see it just pops off all the time. Better. Okay, so for this week's reading vlog, I am going to be finishing a series. So I've been working on this series. I think there's 5 books in the series and then a couple of novellas. I only have one of the novellas, but apparently you don't necessarily need to read them in order to finish the series. So without further ado, let's just jump straight in and I'll tell you what we'll be reading this week. I am going to be reading or finishing the selection series. So I think I did this video in December where it was like the random wheel of names chose how many hours I read, and I read the selection. And then I want to say in January I read the Elite, but I didn't like do a reading vlog on that. But I did really like the series. The first book I think I gave a 4 or 4.5 star. The second book I gave a 3.5 star just because I didn't like the direction it was going in. The main character America kind of gave me whiplash, but it's a dystopian YA regal story. Is it regal? Regency, that's the word. Regency series. So there's this, they live in a land that's no longer called America, it's called like Ilia, and they have castes, which are like ranking systems like in Hunger Games, where there are different factions that everybody's in. So it goes from 1 through I think 6, and 1 being the highest royalty, 6 being the lowest, dirtiest. So depending on what faction you're in, that determines what career you go in or what career path that faction goes into. So if you're a 1, like I said, you're royalty. I think like I only know a couple of them. Like 2s are maybe like models and like higher end jobs. 3s are teachers and professors. 4s are factory workers, and then 5s are like the artistic people. They do sculptures, they do paintings, they do music. And then 6s are just like house staff and, you know, like farmers, like jobs no one really wants. So America is in this challenge called the selection, or it's more like The Bachelor. The prince of Ilia, the way he chooses a bride when he comes of age is through the selection series. So they get girls all across the nation to send in applications and pictures and then draft them, and they then stand a chance to, you know, become the next crown princess. America's in this. She didn't want to be initially because in this society you cannot have, it's not called extramarital, but like you cannot have a boyfriend or kiss or anything without being married. So no one really dates or does any of that stuff out in the open. They do it in secret. So she had a little secret boyfriend, and her mom came to her saying, you know, the selection series is coming. You are of age. Can you please just do this for the family to find your husband? You know, you could be a princess. And she doesn't want to because she has this boyfriend and his name is Aspen. No one knows that she's in this relationship, and she kind of tells him what happened with her mom and stuff. And he decides that it's a good idea for her to enter. It doesn't mean that she'll get drafted, but she definitely can just try and appease like her mom. And if she did get in, even better, because you get money and stuff like that. Doesn't mean you have to be the princess. She doesn't want to be there. She doesn't really even like the prince, but they've developed a little friendship. I'm currently in the middle of the selection stories, The Prince and the God, which is a little novella. I started it last night and I read the first half, which was the prince's side, and I actually liked getting his point of view. I know it's just a little novella, but if I had to give it any stars, I would give this at least 3 stars, but we'll see how the next section goes with the God, which is, yeah, you'll find out if you do read the series. Next we have The One. I haven't actually read the back of that. Okay, so this one, well, the back summary, I'm really bad at them. Hello, I'm Zanine Cupid and I'm really bad at doing this, but from what I can surmise is that she didn't realize that she would kind of start falling for him and how close she could be to the crown. So she needs to up her game and actually show him that she is interested so he can maybe keep her in the selection, because, yeah, she's been dabbling. Like I said, the last book gave me whiplash because she was like, Aspen, Maxon, Aspen, Maxon. She was like, back, forth, back, forth. Understandable. She's like 17 years old, but still. Then The Heir was the next book, and this one there's a spoiler in the back. So this is actually someone else. This is not about America's story. I think this follows a new character. That's really interesting that they would add this into the series if it wasn't just America and Maxon's story. So I'm a little bit confused by that, but we'll see where this goes. And then the last one is called The Crown, and this follows the same character in this. So I feel like this is a separate little series of its own, but it kind of gives you a spoiler in the back, which sucks because I already read the back and because I bought them all together. So yeah, I think this is going to be a fun read. I love dystopian, I really do, probably just as much as I like mystery thrillers. So yeah, this should be an interesting week, and I don't think it should take me too long. Let's just get into this reading vlog. I'm so excited, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Check-in time. So we've only finished like half a book, but I did want to check in with you. I know I have quite a bit of makeup on because I was doing like some shorts, so product of that, and I thought while I was filming I'd just jump on and check in with you guys. I finished the selection stories, The Prince and the Guard. From my research, I don't really have to read the novellas, so I wasn't sure yesterday when we started this video, but I definitely am now, and you do not have to read the novellas. You just can read the 3 books and then the 2 extras that I have. That's kind of part of a new series. So like I said, The Prince was Maxton's point of view, and it kind of covered the selection as well as the elite, and then they have like an extended version as well. And Maxton, I keep saying Maxton, but it's Maxon. He honestly has me swooning. He's like more, I think there's more to him than meets the eye, and seeing his point of view in this just brought that all back in, like, not brought it back, my dog's barking, sorry, I'm distracted. It's not that it brought it back, it just like summed it up really nicely, because in the first 2 books I was a super fan of his, and then towards the end of the elites I kind of was leaning towards Aspen a little bit. After reading his point of view in The Guard, I think he's really selfish, and he's not looking out for America's best interest. He's kind of just looking for his best interest, in my opinion. Like, I know the king is a dick, and I would hate to have a father like that, but ultimately it's Maxon and America's decision, and it's Aspen's fault that she's in this situation anyway. So that's my opinion. I don't know how much you guys know about the series. I kind of tried to explain yesterday, but I do really like it. It's a quick read, although I read really slowly. But I started the one this morning. I got to chapter, where is this? Here, chapter 5. So I'm on page 25 now, so I only read a tiny little bit, but so far I'm really liking it. It honestly picked up right where the last one left off. There was no, like, you know, sometimes in the beginning of books where they kind of try and remind you what the previous book was about, and usually it's for like the first 50 pages, and I somehow get bored during those 50 pages. So not with this one, and I'm really happy about that. So today this morning I was editing. That's why I only read so little. I was editing for my makeup channel, if you want to subscribe. Also, I did a couple of shorts which I need to now edit, so I'll be doing that. I was thinking of doing a little pamper party, and I might film some b-roll on that. Not a pamper party really, is it? It's just me pampering myself. I'm gonna make a cup of tea. After I've edited, I'm gonna take a nice little bath. Then I'm going to do like a face mask and some skincare. I want to try dermaplaning. I've never tried it, and I bought the little razors. I don't think it's the best for your skin, but it apparently helps to like have your skincare on top of like freshly shaven face because it penetrates a little bit deeper. So we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. Maybe I'll film some B-roll, but yeah, that's how far we are right now. I'm very excited. Today is Wednesday. Like I said, my other YouTube channel video comes out today, so I will just be reading for the rest of the day, hopefully. I'm kind of really interested in this. That was a completely contradictory sentence, but I'm really interested in this, so I think I'll be motivated to read. So yeah, that's the update I have. I didn't even tell you where this one, so I can't exactly remember where the Elite left off. I probably shouldn't be talking anymore, we're 4 minutes in, but I'm not sure if you've read any of these books, you'll know where the Elite ended off. It was kind of a cliffhanger if I'm not mistaken, but I remember that America was kind of swinging back and forth between Maxon and Aspen because something happened during the Elites where one of her really close friends got eliminated, but not really eliminated, and her chest or her title was taken away, so she was put down to the lowest rank of an 8. That's all I'm going to tell you without it being too much of a spoiler. And America was really cut up by this, and I mean, she should be, because they were all made to watch it happen, and Maxon just stood there and did nothing. So she was like, what kind of man is he? So she was kind of conflicted, and Aspen was poisoning her mind a little bit. Where we are right now, she's kind of made up with Maxon and trying to put the differences aside because she's starting to realize that maybe she does have feelings for him. So we're back on this side of the pendulum, and we'll see if she swings back. But I kind of feel like she will be the one, like, title, because I don't know, I just have a feeling they wouldn't, I don't know, it is a different girl on the cover, so maybe not, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she's the one. But I want to know how it all happens. I'm just babbling now. Okay, I'll see you guys later. So check-in time. I know the lighting isn't perfect because I'm just using natural light in here. Actually, let me pause my show because I have like a background show that I listen to. As you know, we've been reading The One by Kiera Cass, which is basically the last book in the first selection series. So last night I read a pretty big chunk of this. So I got to page 212, chapter 22, and I honestly wanted to keep reading, but it was already 1:30 in the morning, and I was like, absolutely not, you need to go to bed. I am really liking this one. I didn't really love the Elite. I don't know if I said, I gave that one a 3.5 star. It wasn't like bad, but it just wasn't as good as the selection. But this one is redeeming itself again. I know a lot of people don't like the series, but you have to realize that this was written in 2014. If you had read it then, how would you feel? So I'm still in that mindset. Like, I've been reading for ages, since I was like 7 or 8 years old. I've been going to the library, getting books out and stuff. So I can kind of put my head back into the way things were written back then as opposed to how they are now. So I think I have a different opinion. I really do like the way this has been written. This one, again, America's giving me whiplash, but I've just come to realize that that is just her character. She's kind of really undecided, very unsure of herself. She does come from a lower caste compared to everybody else that's in the competition. I mean, I would feel inferior too. She's a 5, there's a 2, a 3, and a 4 who live very different lives than she does. So I can understand why she feels inferior. Like I said, she's opening up quite a bit. She's now realized her true feelings, and she's kind of coming to terms with that. She's a force to be reckoned with. She has really good morals, and she will stop at nothing to do the right thing, even though she's under scrutiny for being barbaric, or I wouldn't say barbaric is even the word, but she's just wild, and she has no filter. She knows in her heart how things need to be done, and she cannot, what is the word? She can't like push out those boundaries because she was raised better than that. So there's a part of the competition that I didn't realize, which kind of involved like sentencing criminals, and the king set her up so badly, and the way she turned that around was so graceful, and I couldn't believe that she thought like that on her feet, put it that way. So really happy with where this is going. I have about 110 pages left. I'm hoping to finish this in the immediate future and then start the next book, but the next book is following a different like set of selection goals. I don't know why I'm getting so confused. I'm distracted for some reason, but yeah, so I'm really happy with this. There's 4 girls left in the competition. There's Celeste, Elise, I shouldn't be saying this. There's 4 girls left in the competition. They were very competitive with each other. They couldn't see eye to eye. They were just constantly scrutinizing each other and not actually seeing it for what it was. And they've just come together as a group, and they're actually connecting. And this is the part now that's really gripping me. I felt like I just wanted to keep reading last night, but like I said, I needed to go to bed. But yeah, I've said enough. Let's go ahead and keep reading, and I'll let you guys know when I finish the book. I just finished it. So yeah, that took me a couple of hours to just read the last like 110 pages because I got up to make a snack, I got up to make tea, I drank a lot of water, so you know, sea biscuit and all that. But yeah, I finally finished it. I really loved it. It was very swoony towards the end. There's a lot of adventure. Like, as you know, it is dystopian, and I also really love dystopian. So I think I'm going to give this a 4 star. So it rounds the story up really nicely, America and Maxon's story. There's some secrets revealed that I didn't expect, but all in all, I thought it was a great last book to their story. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Obviously, I can't tell you too much because this is a sequel, and if you're gonna read it, I would rather not tell you what exactly happens. But yeah, very excited that I finished this. The next book I'm going to read is The Air. I'm not going to read it right now. I need to make dinner and do a workout, so I'll probably pick that up later, and I'll let you know when I do that. But yeah, so happy I finished this. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, Kira Cass is not bad. Like, I've read some pretty negative things about her, but I always try to form my own opinion, and I always wanted to read these books because they just, the covers and everything, I know they're not like great, but it did speak to me. And yeah, the whole Regency vibe and dystopian, love that. So yeah, I'm really happy I finished this. Another one off the list. So now we have 2 more books left, and I'll let you know when I get started on that. So see you later. Okay, check-in time. So I didn't get very far yesterday. I got to page 48, which is actually further than I thought I would get. So if you haven't read the selection series, I would say possibly click out now, because this is a bit of a spoiler if you haven't. So this book now follows America and Maxon's daughter. So they ended up together, and they now have a daughter. Her name is Edelyn, and they've just suggested that they do another selection series, but it's different because now she's a female instead of the males that did with females. It's the opposite. So I'm not sure where it's going. So far, Edelyn's character is quite annoying. She's quite a brat. She's got none of the tact that her parents had in their selection series. So she's a spoiled brat, put it that way. So we'll see where it goes. I hope she falls in love. And then I think the last book will be following her choosing a groom and getting the crown. So that's where we are now. I can't say much else just because, like I said, it will be spoilers because of, yeah, the way it's going or the direction it's going in. So yeah, I will continue reading and let you guys know what I think. Obviously, I can't tell you too much more about the story, like I said, but I will tell you what I think. So far, easy to read like the other books, but let's go ahead and keep reading because we have one book left after this and today is only Friday. So lots to do, lots to read, and it is the weekend. I am going for my third wedding dress fitting tomorrow, so I'm very excited. Just did some new nails and I did a little pamper video, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, you can just subscribe or go have a look at my makeup channel. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Hi, a long time no speak. So today is Monday and I last checked in on Friday. I never really check in over the weekends because I never really have a minute like by myself. So let me just, because I'm holding my camera, I don't know, I just thought it would be a different angle. I like to add like a little variety in my videos. Anyway, so the last book we were reading is The Heir by Kira Cass in the Selection series. I don't have to keep saying that. I'm going to edit it and roll my eyes. But like I said, this does contain a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't read The Selection, The Elite, or The One. So I'm not going to tell you too much about it. Sorry, my nails also came off, so don't look at that. But I did enjoy it. I found the main character, or the main female character, Evelyn, a little bit insufferable. She's very spoiled and, yeah, she's naive and kind of standoffish. Like she keeps everybody at arm's length, and at times it was quite annoying, but that kind of changed towards the end. She started to open up and I enjoyed the book a lot more after that. However, I was thinking that in between The One and The Heir, like I wish I don't know if I haven't read the novella, so I can't say what's in that, but I wish there was a continuation of America and Maxon's story, in the sense that like so much happened between The One and The Heir. Like it's 20 years later, and I wish we got more of a snippet of how they got where they are today, like kids and ending the casts. I was missing that little bit. It kind of just jumped and it just feels really surface level in my opinion, so you don't really get any closure. Then I started The Crown last night after I finished The Heir, and I am now on page 148. Again, it's the continuation of The Heir, so lots of spoilers if you haven't read the first 3 books. So I don't think I'm going to tell you too much about it, but the casts saw another problem. The king has stepped down, and that's all I can tell you. So yeah, the selection process is still going on. In the beginning, it was a little bit trivial and she didn't want to do it because she's the first female to have a selection. So yeah, there's a lot of the same characters though that were in the first 3 books that I really looked forward to reading about, and they did deliver. I just wish we got a little more of that history because yeah, it's a little bit fragmented, put it that way. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one. I actually like it better than The Heir. It is slightly shorter. I think I have probably about another 150 pages, so I'm going to try and finish that today, and tomorrow is meant to be our last day, which means we successfully finished 4 books in in a reasonable time frame. So I've because I grasped her writing already, it's easier for me to catch on now, and it's taking really quickly to read. And yeah, I'm very excited to finish this book series. I am running out of books now because I literally am reading so quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books I have on my physical TBR, and then I bought 6 new books, and I do still have a Kindle. So maybe let me know if you guys want to see like me reading a bunch of Kindle Unlimited books, or like highly rated Kindle Unlimited books, because I think that might be a fun one, because I do enjoy reading on my Kindle. Kindle Unlimited books are not always my favorite because I feel like the writing isn't as quality as someone who's been published. That's a whole mouthful. So yeah, I'm just going to continue reading this and then I will get back to you guys. I did kind of start annotating the air, but then I lost interest in doing that. So yeah, I was going to do the same with The Crown, but then I just didn't. But anyway, so one last book to go and then we'll be done, and I'm really excited for that. So I'm gonna get reading. Hello friends! So today's Tuesday and we've finished off the week, right? So I've completed my little challenge, 4 books in a week, which is not great, but it's very good for me. And I completed the selection series. So in the series I'm trying to finish, we can cross one off, and it's going to be so much fun doing it in my reading journal as well. So like I said, it's a dystopian Regency story, and the first 3 books follow Maxton and America, and then the last 2 books kind of follow a different selection series. But I really, really liked it. I don't particularly like YA that much anymore, but this just had me swooning. It had me swearing at it. It had me frustrated, but it evoked a lot of emotions, and that's kind of what I enjoy about reading. So really, really happy that I completed it. Just a quick overview of what we did, and the first book we read was the selection stories The Prince and the God, and this is following Prince Maxton and Aspen, who is her ex-boyfriend, America's, and this is kind of their point of view, and I really enjoyed seeing that, and I gave this a 3-star. It's not too in-depth, but it kind of just picks up on little nuances from the first 2 books that, you know, had you questioning about it, and that summed it up really, really nicely. Then we have The One, which is the final book of Maxon and America's story. I really did like it. I didn't see completely where it was going. I was still a little bit confused about who he was going to choose. There was some twists and turns. There was some really, really interesting, like, societal points that were pointed out, and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the best out of the 3. The selection was definitely the best one out of them, but I still gave this one a 3.75 star. I think that was what I gave it. It was either 3.75 or 3.5. For me, now looking back on the week, I really did enjoy it, and it rounded up nicely. I do wish that after this book, they had another book with Maxon and America, just to sum up what happened with the casts and what happened with them having children. And after the king and queen died, there was a lot that left you wondering and wanting more. So didn't appreciate that too much, but still really thoroughly enjoyed the book. Then we moved on to The Heir, which I said is a new selection series. So Evelyn is now in line for the throne, and she's the first female to be able to just take on the crown when it is her time to ascend, and she has her own selection series, and it's very twisty and turny. Again, it is very swoony, and I really enjoyed it. The main character, Evelyn, is a little bit bratty. She's spoiled, and those little nuances just made it more enjoyable, I guess, because it was frustrating and it evoked emotion again. But it left off on a cliffhanger, which led us into The Crown. So for The Heir, I'm going to give this a 4-star. I really did enjoy it again. Not the best book I've ever read, but I would recommend it, especially for young teens, especially the girls. Like it's very swoony, and like the Regency thing, I think, is really in at the moment again because of Bridgerton, so I think it's a really enjoyable book, even though the books are quite dated, but I can understand where they're coming from. So lastly, like I said, The Crown, I finished this last night. It was quite short. It was under 300 pages, and I really enjoyed this once again. A lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot of unexpected things, a lot of Maxon and America's secrets revealed in this, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so good, and another 4-star. Altogether, I would give this series a 4-star. I think it is a 4-star series. It's really good. I'm really excited that I got them. Covers are meh. Not my favorite covers I've ever seen, but still really, really glad that I've finished them and finished up our week. So thank you so much for joining me again. To all 8 of my subscribers, thank you. I really do appreciate you. I love doing this, and I hope to continue making more videos like this. But with that said, let me know if you've read the series and let me know what you thought. I know a lot of people didn't love it, but I really did. My taste is completely different from everybody else's, and you know, reading is subjective. I'll see you all next week, and until then, have a great week. Bye guys.